Live. Hi, Carl.
Hey, what's happening, buddy?
How you doing, best buddy?
I'm doing well. How about you?
I'm great. I'm great.
Why are you great?
Just because we get to spend this time together on Mondays. I look forward to it every week. We have such a
me,
fun time.
Me too. Just two old pals having a couple laughs.
Couple of buffs.
Yep.
BFFs. All right. I'm done with this. Let's start the show.
All right. Sounds good.
Or something. Hold on. Let me do it right.
Okay.
Attention parents, what you're about to see is not suitable for kids. Shoot, it's not even suitable for some grown-ups. You might want to walk away now if you ain't into these type of things.
I'm going to give the people what they want. Sensation, horror, shock.
I'm going to deliver the goods because I'm alive and I'm not backing down.
Cuckoo, cuckoo.
Guess where you just got into? Cool guy zone.
Disgusting, vomit-inducing thing.
Hola, creepos. Welcome to another edition of your favorite true crime podcast, the show that has no tolerance for cleaning ladies.
The cleaning lady just tried to come in here and interrupt us. Hey, guys, what's going on? Get the fuck out of here.
Dude, I just slammed the door on her, and I feel really bad.
It's hilarious.
But then she kept trying to talk to me. And if you don't slam the door, it doesn't end well. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the show. I'm
we got to get one
Vinnie.
of those on-air lights outside of the studio, I think.
Or a sniper's nest.
Or a sniper's nest. Yes, there's a lot of solutions.
There's a couple things we could probably try out next week. Carl is my co-host. That's him. You know him. You love him.
What is happening? Vinnie Paulino, SJ's BFF. What's happening, buddy?
I don't want to talk about him right now.
No?
No.
We don't have to.
We're not going to.
Good.
You know why, Carl?
Why?
Because
You guys fighting? Are you two
I
fighting?
keep things private.
Oh, smart. Okay. Good idea.
I'm not mad at John. I'm whatever. Okay, creep off.
I
Let's
didn't
creep
say
off.
you were mad at John.
The internet
You
is.
brought it up.
Yeah, I did, didn't I?
It's fine. It's all good.
All right. Well, either way, it's going to be a great show. Today, we are going to be delving into the world of construction, Carl. We are going to bring our creepiest construction worker.
How
but
have we not done this category yet?
even if we did, it's great to revisit.
Okay, so maybe we did.
There's a
All right.
lot of them. I
That's
don't think
true.
we did.
I don't
'cause
think so.
I went
remember
off of a
doing this.
list of things we haven't done, and this one we've done years before we got to creepiest construction worker. Like 2 weeks ago, we were like 1978.
Right.
We didn't think construction worker. We're not good at our jobs, is my
We're
point.
awesome at our jobs, Vinny. We were saving this one. We
Oh,
knew
yeah.
that the creep ball was going to continue to grow. We wanted to have good episodes, even when we're on number like 1 to 86 or whatever it is.
You know, I've been seeing lots of great growth, Carl.
Yeah?
Yeah.
In your pants? Oh, boom, boom. I'm on fire today. Watch out.
It's all those extra big kahuna inches I've been packing on. No, I've been seeing lots of growth. I think we have a lot of new listeners. So
Oh, good.
glad you're joining us. For those of you who are new to the show, every week we do a
Well,
contest.
Well, speaking of new listeners, Dr. Steve decided to get us into a text thread with one of his friends who was listening to our show. Were you on that?
I was included in on that, and I didn't know what the fuck it was.
Anyway, hi, Melissa. Thanks for listening to the show. We appreciate it.
Hi, Melissa. Hi, Dr. Steve's wife's lawyer. Okay.
Dr. Steve is a very faithful man, right?
He's a doctor.
I said with confidence.
He's certainly a doctor.
Carl said with confidence.
He's on lists of doctors.
He sure is.
Let's bring in our results scroll to find out who won last week's contest, because last week was the first round of our new contest, our new round. I guess it was the first week of our new round. I'll speak English.
Yeah. So the way this game works is each week we compete to bring the creepiest whatever category we have. Last week was a wild card, so we just got to bring in the creepiest whatever. But people vote on the creepoff.com, and the first person to win 5 episodes is the winner of the round, and the other person has to spin the dreaded wheel of consequences,
Which you had to do last week.
which I did last week. And also I brought my my consequence video of me. We haven't really talked about this because you kind of just let it go. but me in the Miami jersey at the Buffalo Bills game.
Well, I didn't let it go. I was just waiting when I could rub it in your face in a moment of anger.
I see.
You didn't even bring the video of your Bills game. Like, I was just waiting to use it against you.
I put a video together for us, Vinny. So
you brought that today?
I did. So that I can prove that I did that.
Fuck yes. That'll be great.
All right.
When do we want to watch that? At the end of the show?
We can watch it whenever.
Okay. Well, let's bring in our results girl and talk to her about who won last week. And maybe we'll hit that up before we do voicemails.
Let's bring in the beautiful Jessica, who always brings such good news to me. And I always appreciate her great news that she brings. What happened with the voting?
Sarcastic.
What happened with the voting this week, Jess?
Well, and I'm going to try and say it without mumbling because a lot of you guys said I mumbled. So
was that again? I'm sorry.
Could you do me a favor and pronunciate, pal? Pronouns.
So with 60% of the vote, it was 80 to 52. Karl won.
Man, I got to say, winning never gets old. I mean, probably because I'm not used to it, but also it just never gets old.
You know, I'm just going to go ahead and say,
I don't care.
No.
I don't care.
It's early, motherfucker. It was the first round.
The man who said he doesn't care is the
a
man who
long
cares
way to
the
five,
most.
baby. I've been to the mountain. I know how many steps it takes.
That's true.
And I
That's a
don't
good
care if
point.
it takes me. I don't care if it takes me 10 weeks.
Well, anyway, I want to thank the Cuzzaroos for voting for me. Also, that vote count was down quite a bit from the week before. Wow. Makes me think that more vote count was something fishy, but hey, what do I know, man? I'm just a podcaster podcasting.
Is that what it is? You're just a podcaster
I don't know
podcasting?
shit about squat. Hey, let's update this graphic we have on the screen. I like it when it shows that I'm in the lead. It's always fun. Yes, well, he's doing that.
Done.
Anything you want to read as far as feedback we got?
Yeah. So we got first one I found on YouTube from Synchronauts. The mom definitely gave him the gun and told him what to do.
Oh,
for your creep.
Right. No, I remember my creep. The 6-year-old who shot his teacher.
That when I heard that story when it first came out, that was just ridiculous.
Yeah, it only makes you not become a teacher.
Yeah.
It's a pretty good reason to avoid the classroom. Once you're out, you're out.
From doing that. So I have to get my master's degree, and then what happens? Children try to murder me? I'll probably won't do that. Let's go to sales. Thanks, though.
Jesus. I get why you won that one, but my lady was like fucking doing lucha libre moves on 80-year-olds in her
Here we
living
go
room.
again. Vinny thinks everyone's as into wrestling as he is. Nobody fucking cares, Vinny.
Murdered grandmothers, man. Abuelas. They're all dead.
No,
all
it's
the
fine.
abuelas.
You had a good story. You brought a good creep last week. You're good at this, Vinny. People like you.
No, they don't.
So on Reddit, we have Fixit403 said Vinny brought in a dumpy woman who delivered popcorn at wrestling matches, and Karl brought in a 6-year-old boy. It's an accidental porn search episode.
Okay.
That's just that. I don't know.
You're just reporting the news. I understand.
Yeah.
Your old pal DP on YouTube said Karl's creep actually hit his target and only needed one bullet. Man, as soon as his dad gets back from buying Newports, he's going to be so proud.
Jeez Louise.
Wow.
You have to say that's a pretty good shot for a 6-year-old.
It is. Because, normally they hold it like 6-year-olds don't know how to hold a gun, so they hold it sideways like they see on the movies. And you miss a lot when you do that. It's bad for aiming.
His parents probably taught him.
Let's
be real. Oh God, this is a long name. Tomaz from Michigan 4873 said Karl using Drew to do his research.
Oh, yeah. I will say that my cop video I brought last time, I did here on the Drew and Mike show. So thank you, Drew and Mike, for finding that.
Listen,
that was fun.
There's never enough thanks to Drew.
Correct.
There's never enough
he's
thanks
very
in the
good
world.
to us.
Let's see, what else do we got? Chris Hill 289 said Dick Off Wheels next edition.
Say that again. I'm sorry, I was talking over you.
Oh, you're good. It's a Dick Off Wheels Next Edition, guys. That's all it says. It doesn't give an explanation of what Dick Off means.
Do you know what dick for means? What's a dick for, Jessica? Peeing.
He said it.
Yeah,
Got it.
I don't know.
All right. Well, Jessica, thank you for those delightful comments
Whoa, you got butt slammed.
today.
You know, when I read these, I just I never know. I just pick it out of a hat.
All right. Well, maybe read them in advance.
Maybe, yeah, curate a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, you could if you wanted to. It's fine.
Yeah.
No, it makes you know what? It makes it more entertaining when I don't.
You know, when you sit around waiting for me to
Does
enter the
it?
studio, you can
For the audience, I don't know. Not for me.
I don't know. If you think that makes it better, please leave that comment on Reddit this week and let Jess know your thoughts.
Yes, please.
They're all going to say no. They're all going to say no. And
Everybody
they're also going to tell me I mumbled.
send all of your correspondence to Jess on our Reddit page. We should start a thread.
Correct.
Correspondence to Jess.
Yes, good call.
I think
That would be helpful. That would be very helpful.
We want Jess to like it, so make sure you post some Jeff Dunham videos in there. Have a good old time
She
on
loves
Reddit.
that. She loves it.
r/the-creep-off. Jess, we'll see you next week at Jess Daydreaming on social media. Bye.
Bye, Jess.
Bye.
I like Jess when she brings good news like that.
Yeah,
She's fun.
she's a lot of fun.
Yeah, she's great. Is it?
Yeah. Hey, listen, I lost. I'm not mad. I just know I have to do better this week.
Correct. You got to step up your game, my friend.
So, want to ring the bell and let's get started with Creepiest Construction
Well,
Worker?
do you want to hit those quick super chats and then we'll get right into the game?
Okay, we could do that.
That way
too.
we don't have to do it later. So hi, Mr. Carl. I happy meet you. Sodomy. Thank you very much for that. Two-faced lying bastard. Super chat Monday, baby. That's right. I forgot to mention today's a holiday. Super chat Monday. Let's celebrate early and often. Cartographer, $5. Say what you will about Carl. At least he doesn't make his friends not be friends with their other friends and have you feeling you owe him for it. That is correct, sir. That is correct. I've never given Vinny an ultimatum, although I'm sure he deserves one. I would imagine.
I would definitely agree with you. Probably so. And that's one of the things I value in a friend.
Correct. All right.
One of the traits I look for.
You ready to get this contest started?
Ring it.
I won, so I get to go first. And my construction worker was a roofer working on a project in New Hampshire. And that's when shit went down. See, this guy's originally from Brazil. And as you know, every person who comes to the United States from South America and other parts of the world are great people that we embrace and can't wait to have in our country working for low wages, with one exception.
Earlier this summer, an international crime alert went out for police to be on the lookout for 29-year-old Antonio Zuze de Abreu Vidal Filho. ICE says the search started after he was convicted of murdering 11 people. They say he and 3 other military police officers were responsible for a massacre in Fortaleza, Brazil in November of 2015. The Rai police chief told us today he was working on a construction project at this house. Agents had been staking him out, and then they moved in around 7 a.m. Monday morning. They say he was taken into custody without any issue, and he's now waiting to go before a U.S. immigration judge before likely being deported.
All right, so I want to get into what this guy was up to in his time in Brazil. 29-year-old, I'm going to call him Tony Vidal, because you could tell even that anchor woman was not really good at pronouncing his name.
Tony Vidal. Got it.
We'll just go with that. So I'm going to get into what he was up to down in Brazil. But first, I want to introduce you to Sammy Johnson, who was his coworker, and he's a framer, and he was working on this project as well when the police and ICE ran in and detained this gentleman. And this guy's fun.
Okay. Federal immigration officials stormed in with helmets, rifles, and flash grenades.
And then this flashbang hit, and so we're both in shock.
Sammy Johnson says the agents swarmed around one of their co-workers, who they knew simply as Tony Vidal. Authorities say his full name is Antonio José de Abreu Vidal Filho. one of the most wanted men in Brazil.
So we're just, okay. We had nothing to do with it. And so it's a pretty epic way to start your Monday morning,
Pretty epic way there, Sammy. Pretty epic. I like this guy. I want to work with this guy.
Do you notice no one has been able to pronounce this man's name?
Nope. Nobody's gotten it right yet. And it's actually Antonio Jose de Abreu. Damn it, I fucked it up.
How are you even attempting it?
Why did I even attempt
With
it?
your
And
fucking-
someone's going to tell me it's Portuguese. That's not how you pronounce any of these words.
With your club tongue?
I know. That was stupid of me. Anyway, so Tony Vidal. Let's hear more because another news crew got with Sammy. Sammy was ready to talk to the cameras. He couldn't wait.
You have your nerves, your adrenaline's going. And then there was a snippet in my head thinking like, am I going to get shot?
A terrifying scene the morning new dad and framer Sammy Johnson returned to work on the construction site in a residential area of Rye, New Hampshire after having his newborn baby Wesley.
This flashbang just went, it was like kaboom. And then I'm like looking over down at the end of the driveway. And then this F-150 comes bombing up the driveway, turns the blue lights, but no sirens. And these guys just come out and they're like, just bombing around the car. And they're like, get on the ground, blah, blah.
Little did Johnson know one of the roofers on the job, a guy known as Tony, was an international fugitive.
So these guys have just been working together. They're on the construction site. And all of a sudden, all of these police and feds show up and are guns out, flash bombs. It must have been some kind of scene on a Monday morning.
I agree. But you know what I realize I like about this guy, Sammy?
What's that?
There's this thing that the best witnesses on television news do that he's doing. So what
recreate it?
Well, it's not so much recreate it. It's putting yourself, like they tell it from their perspective and not so much reporting.
Yes.
The front door broke open and a bunch of guards came in and grabbed him. It's like, yeah, man, I was standing there by the radio and I was like flipping through. And it was the work zone. So they had 2 for Tuesdays.
Yeah.
And then shit, man, I was listening to Zeppelin and the door blows open.
And I'm like, am I going to get shot by these guys?
Yeah.
Whoa.
It's like this whole thing of their experience in it
Yeah.
and not actually reporting what everybody wants to know. That just makes them like kind of cute and innocent. Whimsical even.
So this guy, Tony Vidal, was sentenced to 275 years in prison in Brazil before he left Brazil and came to the U.S. The former Brazilian military police officer had been involved in the 2015 Curio massacre, which was the murder of 11 individuals, including teens, after the death of a police officer. El Globo said that the murders had been retaliation for the death of a Brazilian police officer in Fortaleza. Some of the victims of the killings had been teenagers who had only been accused of minor crimes. 4 of those killed had been under the age of 18, 3 aged between 18 and 19 years old. One resident previously told Globo that uniformed police officers had been invading homes and dragging people out into the street. They told the outlet they dragged him out of the house and shot him and another friend of his who was shot outside while already lying on the ground. So these cops got real pissed off with this neighborhood, just started dragging people out of their homes, putting them on the ground and murdering them.
Well, can I ask a question?
Of course you can.
What if, and just for the sake of argument, what if these Brazilian police officers were some type of precogs where they knew about the crimes that were going to happen,
Right.
and they were actually the ones who were really going to help solve the problems in Brazil?
Minority Report, yeah.
Yeah, they were minority reporting it. What if that's the case? What say you, Carl?
Well, then I'd be like,
my guy's a hero, is what you would say.
no. Basically, what I'm saying is this guy murdered 11 people between the ages of 16 and 19 in cold blood execution style, and it's pretty brutal. So that is my creepiest construction worker. Vote for Tony Vidal at thecreepoff.com. What say you, Vinnie Paulino?
Well, Carl, my creep today has a perfect construction worker name.
Okay.
Mac Ray Edwards.
All right.
It's a great name.
I dig it.
Now, guy's originally from Arkansas, so you can imagine dumb drawl, dumb voice. Joins the Army Corps of Engineers, specializing in heavy machinery. After the service, he gets married, settles outside of Los Angeles. He gets a great job working as a heavy equipment operator contracted by the California Department of Transportation. So in other words, Carl, during the 50s and the 60s, all of the highway projects in the state of California, my guy was working on.
Nice.
Like in Southern California, basically.
Before it was a shithole, yeah.
Correct. So he was building all the Ventura Highway, all those beautiful highways when they were first constructed. This guy had a hand in it.
Sounds like a great guy. All right. The
No.
creepoff.com is where you go to vote.
Well, he was a nice guy to everybody in his neighborhood. He bought a nice piece of property, Carl. He had a beautiful house. He raised horses on it, and he used to let all the neighborhood's kids come over and ride the horses.
How fun.
Nice dude, right? He didn't
Yeah.
have kids of his own.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, but he let all the neighborhood kids
Uh-oh.
come over. But
I know a guy from Southern California who had an amusement park in his home, and that wasn't good. So
Yeah.
this is making me nervous.
well, this guy says to that guy, "Hold my beer,"
Uh-oh.
because you wonder why I'm talking about kids here, folks. Well, a weird thing happened to old Mac. On March 6, 1970, he walks into the LA Police Department and gives them quite the tale about his morning that day.
Okay.
He says, you see, earlier in the day, my 15-year-old friend, who is never named in any of these articles or reports,
Sure.
we went over to my neighbor Edgar Cohen's house, right?
Mhm.
So we went over to old Edgar's house, and we decided to kidnap his 3 daughters, Valerie, Cindy, and Jan, who are 12, 13, and 14 years old.
Don't say shit for attention. It's not cute.
So he then explained that he forced these girls to write notes saying that they're all running away from home together and will never be coming back.
Wait, what?
Then he puts them all into a car and drives them to Bouquet Canyon, which is in the National Forest in Newell, California, for the purposes of raping and killing them. Now, once he gets the 3 girls out of the car, old Mac has a problem, Carl.
Okay.
They do that thing. There's 3 of them and there's 1 of him, or there's 2 of him because he's got the 15-year-old with
Right.
him.
Yeah, his buddy.
2 of them book it in separate directions.
Smart.
And they only grab the 1. So Mac freaks the fuck out because, after all, these are his neighbor's kids.
Yeah.
They recognize him. They know who he is.
Right. They might actually tell someone what happened.
Well, of course they're going to tell somebody what happened.
They sound like tattletales.
Right?
Yep.
So old fucking Mac just goes, all right, I guess I'll drive to the police station.
Okay.
And that's where we catch up with Mac after
I
the 2
see.
girls escaped and he left the other one in the forest by herself and drove to LA to the police station. Didn't even bother taking her back. Now, here's
Well,
the
he's already in trouble at that point, right?
Yeah. And he literally says to the cops, he goes, "Oh, shucks, I figured I'd just save you all the trouble."
Oh, that's nice of him.
Yeah.
He's a good guy.
He is. And he says, and by the way, I've done this like 6 more times and I've never had this happen to me before.
I usually kidnap dumb kids.
Yeah.
These kids are too smart for me.
This is what he explains to the cops after because he's trying to get a little bit of sympathy. He says, listen, I have a guilt complex. I couldn't eat. I couldn't sleep. It was beginning to affect my work. You know, I'm a heavy equipment operator. That long grader I'm using, now that thing costs a lot of money. It's about $200,000. And, you know, I might wreck it or turn it over and actually hurt somebody, you know?
Oh, bitch.
Which is a very weird thing to say, considering that he then confesses to murdering 6 children.
Oh. Well, guess what? You don't have to use that piece of equipment anymore, so
Yeah.
don't worry about that.
It turns out that he sexually molested and murdered 3 children from 1953 to 1956, and then molested and murdered 3 more from 1968 to 1969.
Anally raping children and disemboweling.
Listen to this fucking story. He just confesses all of this because 2 got away.
Right.
He just shows up and he's like, well, I felt guilty anyway, so might as well tell you. His first victim was an 8-year-old. She disappears from a refreshment stand at a flea market. Matt kidnapped her, took her to his house, raped her, drove her to the same forest he took these other girls, manually strangled her, then threw her over a bridge.
Whoa, you got butt slammed.
The next day, he decides to go back because these fucking weirdos always love to go back and admire their work.
Sure.
And when he gets there, he finds the little girl is still fucking alive.
Uh-oh.
And she had crawled, after he threw her off the bridge, she had crawled like 100 yards away from where it was. And when he got down to her, she was unable to move or speak. She was just laying there, but still like conscious. So he took out his pocket knife and stabbed her to death.
So, Vinny, this is a sad story.
Yeah.
Oh. It was kind of a bummer.
Oh, well.
I didn't know that.
I didn't even get to the saddest part yet.
I didn't know that's what this was. We're just telling sad
Well, I was
stories
happy
now.
for a minute that like she survived and that, you know, he was like, oh, I can't have that. So he then buried her under an embankment near the Santa Ana freeway with one of his backhoes.
Okay.
So eventually they had to dig up part of the highway to find this girl.
Oh, that's annoying. So construction.
Yeah.
Just backing up traffic.
He did this a lot, Carl. Most of his victims ended up in parts of the highway in California.
Pretty smart.
So, yeah. Like, he's got to explain to the cops later this. So where'd you say you buried her? Well, you know, when you're going down the Ventura Highway South and you hit that bump over by exit 67.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where you're going to find
Yeah, I
the
put on a
9-year-old.
tire on that fucking thing. Yeah, I know. Sorry about that.
Yeah. Yeah. So his second victim, Carl, this is really fucked up. Complete innocent bystander, which makes us even crazier. He goes into this house. He breaks in to kidnap a 13-year-old girl that he's eyeballing.
Mm-hmm.
She's not home, but her 16-year-old brother, Gary, was there. And Gary looked at him, saw him in the house, so he just pulled out his gun and shot him to death and left.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Better not to get busted for burglary. Might as well just murder this kid.
Right. So he's not into raping the boys then. Is that what you're telling me?
No, he was into that too.
Oh. Okay.
The next one, Donald Allen Todd. He was 13. He disappeared in 1969 when leaving school. He took him below a bridge just a mile and a half from his house, raped him, and then shot him and left him there. I'm not going to go through all of these.
Funny.
One of these kids, Roger Dale Madison, lived 5 houses down from Rogers. And Edward stated that he lured Roger into an orange grove that was near their houses and tricked him into agreeing to be tied up as part of a game, which is the same thing. What's his name in Chicago did, the clown Gacy used to do to the fucking dudes. Hey, let me show you a magic trick. And he'd tie him up and murder them.
You ever been to an orange grove though?
Beautiful.
Magical.
Hey, listen, if I was going to die in an orange grove, I don't think I'd complain. I think that'd probably be a good way to go.
It's a good scent.
Yeah, smells nice.
It does.
Of course, then it starts smelling like, copper pennies as you're bleeding out.
True. And then
That's
eventually a
not great.
rotting corpse. So yeah.
Yeah. So he stabbed this kid to death and then buried his body with a bulldozer in a compaction hole under California State Route 23 in Thousand Oaks.
Okay.
Then also he killed someone who I guess was related to him, a girl named Brenda Jo Howell, who was related to his wife. He got a friend named Donald Lee Baker to lure her out to go for a bike ride.
Mm-hmm.
Then he got behind both of them, kind of separated, and murdered them both. He slit both of their throats.
What an asshole!
Now, here's the fun part, Carl.
Yeah.
He goes to jail. They sentence him to death in 1971. And because he really did have that guilt complex, he saved us the trouble of killing him. He hung himself in a cell in 1971. Those were the only ones, the only murders that he admitted to. But walking around the jail, he told people some inconsistent stories that he may have killed up to 18 kids. And if he killed 18 and he felt so guilty, I would assume he probably just killed the 6. Maybe he was just trying to talk some shit, which makes him a liar and a creep.
All right.
So vote to thecreepoff.com this week and vote for your pal Vinny. Vote it up.
Oh, now we're doing the veto voted up?
Yeah, I stole it.
All right.
All right, Carl. So that's the contest.
That's it, folks. That's why you came here.
Those are your choices.
Now that we got that out of the way, the show can begin.
All right. Now, what do you want to start with? You want to do some, what's our next segment, Carl?
Let's do our next segment because I've been having a lot of fun. We used to do Who Are These Creepos? We'll probably get back to it at some point where we analyze other true crime podcasts. But lately, I've been really enjoying these cop cam videos.
They just suck you in, don't they?
And this, I found a real fun one for us today, Vinny. I think you're going to enjoy this. It involves a young lady who had a little bit too much to drink, got into a hit and run, thought she was going to escape and did not. We're just going to play these in order. Start with my my video number 1.
All right, folks, here we go. Video number 1.
Can you stop pulling me like that?
Nope. Do you have anything in your pockets?
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah?
I don't know. You want to check me? Search me real quick. It may
All right.
feel intimate.
All right, stop. Sitting there.
No, you don't want to stop.
Are you on something right now?
No. I just came from dinner with my trick.
How much you have to drink there?
2 doubles.
2 doubles of what?
Patron.
Okay. So you are drunk.
And I'm going to keep it up with you.
Where's the owner of that vehicle?
I don't know.
Who's Don to Smith?
I just bought it.
All right.
All right, so it starts off. It doesn't seem like she understands how serious this is. She goes, "Oh yeah. This is 6:30 in the evening, by the way, in Ohio." She goes, oh, yeah, I'm just coming from a friend's house. We had a couple doubles. Doubles of what? It doesn't matter, officer. Trust me.
Jared Mulrick picked it up. Trick. She's a hooker.
Well, you're close. You're getting warm. Let's
Okay.
put it that way. So now she decides she's going to charm this officer. She knows how to talk to guys and get her way.
Okay. Let's see what's up.
Are you injured?
No.
Do you need EMS?
No.
Okay.
I need to talk to you.
What?
Don't hit me with a what?
What do you need?
Don't try me because I used to be a paramedic.
Okay. All
Don't hit me with a what you need.
Okay, what do you...
I know that you want to listen to more than what I got.
What is
You
your
want a
name?
drug bust.
What's that?
You want a drug bust. Don't you?
So you have drugs in the car?
I don't.
Okay. All right.
And you want to check it?
We are going to
'Cause
check it.
My trick?
That vehicle is going to get towed.
Okay. So you going to give me the clothes out of it?
All right, yeah, we'll get what you need out of it. What is your name? Stay in the car.
Bryce.
Stay in the car.
Okay, I understand.
Get in the car.
Okay.
Get your leg in the car.
Listen, handsome man.
Get your leg in the car.
You feel some type of way because my leg ain't in the car?
Get your foot in the car. Just stop. What is your name?
All right, so she's in a good mood.
Did she just say, you feeling some type of way because my leg ain't in the car?
Yeah. She thinks that she's charming the pants off this guy.
I got to be honest with
Right
you.
now.
I think she's great.
I love her.
I kind of am in love with her, too.
I love this girl so much. She's
This
like,
is-
hey, it's a man. Come on. What is this, a drug bust? He's like, do you have drugs? No. No, then it's not a drug bust, man.
I love her.
Oh,
I
she's
like
great.
her.
So then he asks her, so she gives her name, and trust me, I've Googled it. And then he asks her for her social security number. She doesn't know it. That's not.
No,
That's
it's
not
a math question, and that's not fair for this.
So then, social security number is not a math question, Vinny. So then another police officer shows up, and she gives him a different answer than she gave the previous officer.
Uh-oh. That's never good.
None of that even makes sense. Clear. Confirming she's under 21.
3 doubles.
3 doubles?
Yeah.
Where at?
So 6.
You get 6 drinks?
6 drinks of Patron.
That's why it smells
With a
like that?
lime.
Clear. With a lime, too?
A lime. You know that's
Where
what
are you
I
drinking?
have.
Okay. Where are you drinking?
I was drinking at my friend's house.
At dinner? Where does your friend live?
I really don't know because I'm not from Ohio.
Yeah, you want to
I
handle the
just
code
got
too?
in
I'll do the
Ohio
OBI.
2 days ago.
ACDA.
ECDA.
I'm just going to do HGN.
HGN.
Have you had an OBI before? What's up?
All right. So OVI is what they call a DUI in Ohio. I know
Oh.
that because of one Chad Zumach doing some research on that asshole. Taught me that.
Oh, man.
Operating a vehicle while intoxicated. or
I
something
can
like
picture him in the back of the cop car going, OVI.
that. So she's having a lot of fun right now. She's not feeling any pain. She's having a good time. She's flirting with these officers.
Yeah, she's all right. Like,
She's all
cops
right.
have to love this. This is the best part of these officers' day.
Oh, they're enjoying this. They're getting every chance they can to talk to this woman.
Yeah.
They're taking advantage of it. So if you go to my my next track, this is fun because they ask her if she has proof of insurance. She takes a pencil.
Do you have insurance for that vehicle?
Yes. What do you think I am? Some broke ass hoe?
I think you're drinking and driving right now.
Definitely. Because who can stand a regular without drinking?
Who can what?
Now, you can't sell dick without selling it before it comes.
What do you mean?
You understand that?
No.
No?
No.
You gotta make it hard before it comes.
Okay.
Once
Did you
it
just
comes,
move here from Georgia?
Yes.
Okay. How long you been up in Cleveland?
Like maybe a year.
Why'd you move up here?
Because I didn't know it was snowy and it's cold.
What's a good phone number for you?
So she's having a lot of fun. Now you notice.
And what are you doing Friday night?
You're right. You notice that she first said she had been in Ohio for 2 days when they asked where her friend lives. I don't know. I've been here 2 days, and now she's been there in Ohio for a year. All of a sudden, she doesn't know why she moved there. She's having a lot of fun. She's talking about how to get penises to ejaculate, which is something I always talk to police officers about. when I'm getting arrested.
Did you know that when you sell dick, you have to get it hard?
Yeah.
Officer?
Yeah. Did you know that, officer? He's just like, what do you mean? Where are we going with this? What's the point of this? And then this is one of my favorite things that people do when they're being detained by police is the, hey, guess what?
Hey, guess what? You're a bouncer that works in my club because I'm a stripper.
Oh,
At Christie's?
Right? No.
Where?
Hustlers.
Where's that?
What do you mean?
Where is it? Like, where's
What
the
do you
business?
mean? Where is it? You know.
I
Don't
don't.
play dumb with me. I ain't that dumb.
Okay.
Don't play me like that.
Okay.
It's downtown.
Okay. That's fine.
So at least 7 different officers want to report me as because I want to sleep with them because I work there.
Okay. So now she's claiming that the police are out to get her because she's not putting out for them. My guess is that she would put out for them. That'd be my guess. She doesn't seem like she's that discerning the way that she's going about herself. So
I think she is enchanting.
She's delightful.
And
she's a 20-year-old stripper who maybe had 3 doubles and shouldn't have got behind the wheel of a car afterwards.
yes, that's true, but she's still good people.
She is. Yes. Well, except for after this happens, the other police officer walks over and she spits on him.
Oh,
I know. So that really pisses him off because I don't know if you know this, but the spit of a stripper could be lethal. So people don't really enjoy that very much.
It also answered my next question for her.
So, Vinny, up until this point, you'll agree with me. She's having fun. She's enjoying herself. This seems to be a good day for her. Well,
right.
things
What do
turn.
you-
I don't believe you.
What do you want?
I don't believe you.
For what?
I don't believe you at all.
For what?
Because I've been abducted and cut up and left on the streets for these bitches. I don't believe you because you wasn't there to help me when I was needed.
Okay, but I'm telling
No, I don't care. I don't care. You wasn't needed when I needed you when I was bleeding out. Where was you?
Was that in Georgia?
No, it was in Cleveland.
Well, we're not in Cleveland right
I
now.
don't give a fuck. He is in Cleveland.
We're in Brunswick.
You let me bleed out.
Okay, so all of a sudden she's decided that she's mad at these officers because she was abducted and cut up and almost bled out. I think at a certain point she says she only had 2 pints of blood left in her body. Yeah, no, she makes up a lot of crazy shit.
You know, I think I've discovered the name of today's episode.
What's that?
We're not in Cleveland anymore.
We're not in Cleveland. He's like, where did that happen, Georgia? No, Cleveland's like, well, we're not in Cleveland. I don't know. I couldn't have helped you if I wanted to. Okay, so you can see that things have taken a turn.
Yeah,
here.
I can.
Yeah, she's a little upset. Let's continue on.
And so you can.
Can I step up and talk to him?
No, you gotta stay in the car right now.
No, woman to woman.
No. There's no.
I can't step up and step back in?
No.
No,
You're in the
because
car
you
right
don't
now.
trust me.
Okay. Grace, stay in. Stay
No,
in.
you don't trust me.
Stay in the car. Come on.
You don't trust me.
Stay in the car.
You don't trust me.
Go ahead, pull it.
You don't trust me. You don't trust me.
She's starting to get less attractive, Vinny.
I
don't trust you. You just spit on me.
Yeah, I did. Because you know I'm
She seemed like she got into those shackles pretty quickly and easily, though. So
that's true.
There's a plus to there.
Oh, no,
wait,
she's
I'm
got
sorry.
some talent. Don't get me wrong, Vinny, but I've been with this type of drunk girlfriend before where it's like, it's all fun and games. And then it just on a dime, just changing. All of a sudden, it's just like, you don't trust me. Like, what are we arguing about? What just happened?
There is a level. There's a drink tolerance.
Oh, boy.
And I feel like all these guys who are in relationships with those girls think they could get their girl drunk enough right up to that level.
Yep.
And back them off.
Yep.
Never works.
Never happens.
Never
that way.
works.
No, for some reason, before they pass out, they have to freak out for an hour and a half straight.
Oh, God.
So this is great. This next clip that I have, because the 2 officers are talking to each other, and listen to the background. You can hear her screaming her head off.
Oh, I want to go comfort
So he'll
her.
probably end up going.
We'll just
Tuesday
commit
at-
her on the OVI. The M1. The obstruction can be short formed, right?
My recommendation is do the OVI up and do on traffic with the other ACD site.
Yeah.
And then do the obstructing on the long form.
Everything in the Muni.
Everything in the Muni.
All right.
Yep. And then he'll handle everything tomorrow.
Monday court date or Wednesday? 5 days. I think
Holy
Wednesday.
shit.
Okay.
I've never heard someone scream like that before.
Dude, it sounds like a cryptid video of like someone saying that we heard the shrieking from the woods. It was a
Right.
monster.
Yes, it's not even real. She is screaming like she's being abducted and stabbed to death. That story that she was telling.
Dude,
earlier.
somebody take that audio and like dub that over Godzilla.
Right.
Because
All right.
it's that kind of noise.
So now we drive her to the precinct, and what does she do? She pees herself. Oh no, she couldn't hold it.
Did you have an accident?
Uh-oh.
You wouldn't let me go.
Step out.
No, you wouldn't let me go. I couldn't hold it.
Okay.
And I couldn't. Okay, I'm coming out.
Oh, no. Shoot.
No, shoes. Both shoes. Because I already put in the car.
All right.
You can have them. I couldn't hold it.
Door 22, please.
She's so upset.
What's your name?
She's
Logan? You look like a Logan.
Was that an insult? Logan, you look like a Logan.
Logan's being a real Logan.
Yep.
Carl, a lot of people would pay good money to be the back of that cop's car.
Yes, I understand that. Except for wait until that's a perfect segue. You're not going to want to get back there when you hear this next clip.
Oh, no.
I have a bacterial infection.
Okay, just stand in that blue box.
Yeah.
Just stand in that blue box.
Oh, she just got way less hot. She's got way less hot. She started out so strong. We're all just like, what's her Instagram? I want to slide to her DMs. And then she gets real hysterical, pees herself, and says she has a bacterial infection. So that's not good. But
oh my God. I
what
kind of assumed, but I didn't want to know for sure.
well, Vinny, what I like about this girl
All right.
is that she does like to get kinky.
Oh,
And she's still got a few more attempts to win this cop over here.
okay.
Just stay there.
No,
Just stay there.
I want to take them off.
Okay.
I want to be in my pen. You wouldn't try me.
Stay in the blue box.
No, hold on.
Stay in the blue box.
You want to taste me?
No.
Do it.
Stay in the
I
blue
like
box.
it. I like it kinky.
Stay in the blue box, Grace.
Don't.
Stay in the blue box. Step back.
You can touch
Step
me.
back.
You touch me.
She likes it kinky. Tase me, baby. Go ahead and tase me. I don't think that she would find that all that sexually gratifying.
I'm going to tell you something right now. Her father did not do a great job.
No. And if you look her up, this video is all over TikTok. It's all over Instagram. It's all over the internet. I have to imagine her parents have seen this. And they're just shaking their heads like, Jesus Christ, Grace. What are you doing? What are you doing, Grace? We didn't raise you like this. I have one more video, and she's quite upset now because now she thinks that the police officers are going to rape her.
Oh, well.
Seemed like she wanted it a second ago, but now not so much.
Are you going to rape me and not tase me? Help! Help!
Yeah.
No! Y'all want to rape me! Stop! Y'all want to rape me! Stop! Stop trying to rape me!
Get in the car.
Don't put me in the car!
Grace.
Don't put me in the car! I want to strip outside the car! I want to strip outside the car! Please don't put me in the car! Please don't put me in the car! No! You tried to put me in the car! Stop!
Watch out for all that urine.
Watch out for all that urine.
Quiet and get in the car.
So they make her lay down in their pee. They get back into the same car.
That's what you have to do to a dog when you train it. You like put their nose in it.
Just shove her nose in it.
They're doing this all wrong. Like what you have to do to get a stripper to go where you want her to do is put on some Dua Lipa. Like put some music on and get her like, yeah, you're gonna dance your way to the car.
Correct.
She'd go right with it.
Yeah, put some tassels on her.
You guys did this all wrong.
So Grace is she's a fun one, isn't she?
Things
didn't go her way that day.
Maybe the name of this episode will be Grace Under Fire.
There you go.
I don't know. I haven't decided yet. But Carl, great job today.
Yeah, that was a fun one. I just happened to
Holy
stumble
shit.
upon that. And,
Those were
enjoyed
some
it.
fucking noises.
Yeah.
Well, I have your thing open. Do you want to? Should we watch your consequence video
Let's do
before we
it.
do the voicemails?
Let's do it because obviously the Bills played last night against the Giants. Barely won. God.
Oh, I'm aware. I was almost a very, very happy man. And I'll tell you what I'm mad about very quickly. No football talk today other than the fact that the Jets beat the Eagles.
Yeah.
Miami has the Eagles next week. That means they're going to be extra fucking spicy and saucy and angry.
How did they let the Jets beat them? And the craziest stat was that's the first time the Jets have ever beat the Eagles ever. They had lost the last 12 meetings with them.
Yeah, drop it when you're 5-0, stupid.
That was really dumb. So just so for new listeners and viewers, the consequence that I had was I was going to the Bills-Dolphins game. I'm a big Bills fan. Vinny's a big Dolphins fan. I had to wear a Dolphins jersey to the Bills game.
Yeah, too bad you didn't do that.
And this is me fulfilling my consequence.
This is you fulfilling your consequence?
This is it, man.
All right. Let's see. Sorry, folks.
The Bills make me wanna shout, kick your heels up and shout, throw your hands up and shout, throw your head back and shout. Come on now, the Bills are making it happen.
Fuck you, Vinnie Paulino. You suck. Fuck the Dolphins. The Dolphins suck. You're man.
Those are your friends.
Fuck Miami. Fuck the Dolphins. Squish the fish. Squish the fish. Thank you, Gavin. You get it. This guy gets it. I don't feel bad for me. He's an asshole. I am an asshole. Don't feel bad for me.
Bro.
There we go.
You broke so many of the things that you were supposed to do.
That's
here.
not true. I had to wear a jersey to the Bills game.
You
What
didn't
else am I
wear it
supposed
for
to
the
do?
whole game.
We never said that.
I'm pretty sure we did. I'm going to go back and watch all of this, and I'm going to figure out exactly what you did wrong.
Okay,
and I'll
fair
have a
enough.
full report for everyone next week.
Fair enough.
But I'm pretty sure you broke the
I
spirit
thought that
of
was
the
a fun
rules there
video, especially
somehow.
the final score at the end there. Let's not forget that.
Yeah, see week 18, motherfucker.
Yep, sure
All
will.
right. Well, congratulations. Your team won. And I guess you kind of did a consequence. You wore a teal jersey to the Bills
Do you want to go
stadium.
to the next Bills Miami game in Miami wearing a Bills jersey, Vinny? That'd be fun.
Why would I ever do that?
I don't know.
No one would care, though.
For S's and G's, that's true. It's gonna be all Bills.
Who's going to
fans.
yell at me? Empty seats?
Good point.
And other Bills fans.
Good point.
Actually,
the same.
yesterday the stadium was pretty full.
It was.
for,
I saw that.
Miami, Carolina. All right, who gives a shit? Who gives a fuck? It's time for some voicemails. And of course, our voicemails are brought to you by our friends in Syracuse.
The Creep Off voicemail segment is brought to you by the City of Syracuse. Because we are such a great city, Syracuse has offered itself as a home to anyone affected by the war in the Middle East. Upon hearing this, both sides declared peace. See you in Syracuse.
I get it.
Carl calls Vinny fat.
It's the jersey. It doesn't
Okay.
sit on me well.
Doesn't sit on me well. Hey, let me give you another quick update while I have you guys.
Sure.
You're going to like this. We put out for all of our patrons this week the poll for the final poll, the final tally. We're going to decide who's going into the Creep Off Hall of Fame. And here are your choices.
Oh, great. Yes.
If
what
you
we
are a
got?
patron, it is up. You could go vote now. And we have Anthony Weiner.
Ooh, I
making
like
the
that.
cut.
Wow. Okay. That one I like a lot. Now, did you just say you have to be on Patreon to vote? Anyone can vote, right?
I believe I have this set up for the patrons.
Okay. Just patrons.
Yeah. Walter Jackson Freeman II, the inventor of the ice pick lobotomy.
Oh, yeah. I know that story. That's fine.
Okay. Ezra Miller.
Yes. Okay.
Now, I'll tell you right now, the Flash is in the lead right now.
Interesting.
And then our final choice just squeaked in. Hugh Hefner.
Ooh.
Hugh Hefner.
Hugh Hefner. I could see him being a Hall of Famer.
He was up to a lot of no good.
I could see him being a Hall of Famer on here. That's interesting. I really do like that. What was the first choice? Anthony Weiner?
Anthony Weiner.
That's an interesting story.
Walter
right there.
Jackson Freeman, Ezra Miller, or Hugh Hefner. One of those four is going into the Hall of Fame.
That's a tough choice.
And our patrons are the ones who get to decide.
And then, of course, we do a Hall of Fame episode on our Patreon. And I just want to point out, we had a bonus episode that we did last week that was really just a ton of fun. We had some Scum Parade stories. We watched some videos. Vinny had some really good video packages for us to watch. Rob, what's his last
Rob
name?
Wolchak took out a
Wolchak.
couple judges, and let me tell you something. He did it in spectacular fashion.
He's the best. He really is.
Yeah. So if you want to check those out, you can visit patreon.com, supercast.com, or back.by. Better yet, just visit thecreepoff.com and get links, because I'm pretty sure we're shadow banned on all of them except for back.by.
It's hard to find us.
Yeah. For some reason, you can never find our stuff. You can never find Who Are These Podcast stuff. But yet people are listening and watching, so it's very weird. Carl, first voicemail, and it comes in from our old pal, DP. It's here somewhere. There it is.
Well, guys, it's your old pal DP. I learned something about myself during this episode. I listened to a story about a young girl being traded for 3 beers, raped, forced to have abortions and everything for 5 years. Where I drew the line was hearing a story about a man using a phone as a hammer on a dull blade to cut the tip of his pee hole off. God. Fuck. Thank you, bye.
Yeah, if you want to hear that story, go back to last week's episode. Right, we'll keep them coming. Creep off consequence idea that doesn't go anywhere, but it is. There might be something to it.
Okay.
I got a creep off consequence idea. Carl loves Corey Feldman so much, and I know what you're thinking. 2 hours Corey Feldman. No, I'm talking about the loser has to cover Corey Feldman's, I don't know, best of. Do a best of Corey Feldman set in Rochester. I want to hear the Isotopes giving it their all. Honestly, surf rock versions of Corey Feldman would be pretty awesome. And with vocals that sound decent, jetty jiggles.
Okay, well, we'll end it there because it goes on for quite a bit longer. But that's
you can't have a consequence that only I have to do, sir.
Oh,
that's not really fair.
Yeah, and that jacket won't fit me, guys. That tiny
true.
jacket will
Yeah.
not.
You'd rip it apart.
Oh, to shreds. To shreds.
So Corey Feldman, he's been making some news lately. And the Drew and Mike show have been covering some of that stuff and posting on YouTube. They get more views covering Corey Feldman than anything else they talk about. Drew was messaging me. He's like, this is like our Stuttering John, Corey Feldman. Like, people can't get enough of this.
Well, you know, the Bonfire did that forever with Soder and Big J.
Yeah.
So
There's
Corey
something to it.
Feldman, man, like
he's fascinating.
What are we going to call it? The Feldman verse?
Maybe.
The Corey verse? Ooh, we should start the Corey verse.
I'm in.
It's way more fun than the
I
one
wish
right
he
now.
had a podcast. He's been a guest, but he doesn't actually host it. He's the only guy who doesn't host a podcast.
I find that shocking.
I know. Me too. I thought for sure.
Really? He doesn't? He's never started one, never attempted one that failed, nothing?
You would think he would, because he loves to talk about how there's all pedophiles in Hollywood and how Charlie Sheen raped Corey Haim. This is what Corey Feldman said, obviously. You'd think there'd be a whole podcast just about that.
The
I'd
Charlie Sheen raping that kid pet cast?
I mean, I've come up with something catchier than that, but yeah, if we're spitballing, sure.
All right. Next voicemail.
Hey guys, Zero Pal DP. I think the biggest creep out of that whole show would have to be the cop telling somebody that he could write them a ticket for window tint. You know what should not be illegal? Window tint. You know what should be illegal? Being forced to roast alive in your own fucking vehicle because they get so goddamn hot in the summer. Thank you. Fuck you. Goodbye.
I agree. Window tint is definitely necessary, but also turn on the air conditioning.
Yeah, get up, walk across the room, turn on your window air conditioning. Okay.
No, I mean
just
in the
fucking with
car.
you. I know, I was kidding. Last voicemail. I think I'm gonna. Well, second to last voicemail.
Hey, Vinny. Hey, Carl. Sitting here smoking a joint. I've only listened to the show like about a month now. And just calling about this week's episode. Fucking Carl won by a mile because Vinny picked a a Mexican lady who ends up in jail anyway. Fucking the little 6-year-old, this little fucker still got time. Like, he can pretend that he's all right and then get out and then fucking shoot up some other fucking school later on. Well,
This guy's a creep.
That's all I gotta say.
DP,
Bye.
why are you giggling about shooting up schools?
That wasn't DP. That was somebody else. That was just the guy who said he's just started listening to the show about a month
right.
ago.
Right.
And I loved how fucking like
I knew
he's
it.
like Sammy. This guy's like Sammy who's like talking to the news. He's like, yeah, man, but this guy can get out, like shoot everybody. I love Stoner Logic so much. I'm a big
that's
fan.
great. Good stuff.
Last voicemail. This one is a shout out. Well, actually, it's not even a shout out. It is directed to Mr. Brian McBride, the voice of Syracuse.
Okay.
Hey, Vinnie Winnie, this guy's mad. Could you inform Brian McBride that Christopher Columbus had nothing to do with the Earth being round? It was Ferdinand Magellan who first circumnavigated the globe. Also, tell the kid Carl to stop plagiarizing his book reports and, like, read his own thing instead of just playing clips every time. Later.
Carl, stop plagiarizing.
Will do.
Thank you. Let's hit some super chats before we move on to the Scum Parade today, Carl.
Let's do it, buddy.
All right, Uncle Sammy Poo, thanks for the $4.99. Hola, creepos. I've got a joke for y'all. If Stuttering John starred in The Matrix, he'd be called B.O.
Boom!
Toasted.
I got it. B.O. because he smells bad. Because he stinks.
Next picks. Thanks for
His
the
feet stink too, by the
$6.99.
way.
Carl, the Dolphins jersey is more offensive to my eyes than him in the cow bikini.
I agree, sir. That was uncalled for. It was unnecessary. The shit that I do for this show. Hey, Joey C coming in with $2. Karl Vinnie, what's up, my dogs?
Yay, super chats.
Is that the Joey C?
I believe so, yeah.
I've never interacted with Joey C.
Joey
but,
C likes you, buddy.
you know, I got to tell you, I've been thinking about that Joey C. I've been watching some of the stuff he's been doing, and we got an upcoming episode of Subreddit Surfing that might be right up his alley.
Vinny.
All right. Thanks for the €5. My friend wore a football jersey to a game despite his beer belly. He's the team's new secret weapon, the beer belly blocker.
Thank you, AI Ray. Thank you for the €5.
Still playing that?
Well, because Joey C spelled your name with a Y, so I thought we might want to play this song.
Yeah,
for
he's a
him.
big fan.
Vinny.
Holy shit, are you still
All right, moving on. Thank you very much for the super chats. Happy Super Chat Monday to all of you.
Yep.
And now it is time, Vinny, to go on a Scum Parade.
Fuck yeah, it is.
Scum Parade, take me on a raid of these fuck charades that these creeps have made. Scum Parade, Vinny and Carl gonna tell you about some fuck shit. Scum Parade, like stories of a kid fucked by his mom or dad, soaking up the blood of a cat. Scum Parade.
You know, I hate to be the guy to have to hit that button twice, but we're starting off in Florida.
Florida, you got to get your shit together. Get your shit. Why so many creepy bugs? What the hell is going on there? Maybe it's the swamp gas. Or flagrant or be at it yet. Come on, Florida.
Carl Callie Robertson of Pinellas, Florida, is facing felony charges for allegedly cramming a bag of dog shit into her 76-year-old neighbor's face.
You know who I never argue with, Vinny? A woman carrying dog shit in her hand. Never a good person to argue with.
I was going to say 76-year-olds, but nah, sometimes they need to be put in their place.
Sure.
Sometimes
You could usually scare them away with a gun or something, too.
That's why
heard.
I carry bags of shit. Just in case there's a 76-year-old.
You don't carry a bag of shit. You are a bag of shit. Vinny.
Oh, how dare you, sir.
It's very different.
You're an awful friend. Robertson, 28 of Florida, was arrested Sunday morning after a fight escalated between her and the victim at the mobile home park where they reside. Robertson is being charged with battery after assaulting the elderly victim named Daniel Powell. So it's a dude.
Yeah.
76-year-old man. According to the police report from the news outlet The Smoking Gun, Powell would always speak with her when she walked her dog. While police say Robertson took an unsecured bag of dog feces and pushed it into Powell's face, leaving feces smeared on his face and the bag on the ground. I like how they made sure to let you know that this was not a tied off bag, folks. This was just an open bag of dog shit smeared just right.
So this is what I learned from this story. Smearing dog shit on an old guy's face is both hilarious and illegal.
The
Go
more
figure.
you know.
Now we know.
Well, I'm gonna have to change my plans for Saturday.
It's illegal.
Yeah,
Get
and that's
arrested.
the best way to do this, by the way, is make sure the bag is obviously open if you're gonna do this.
Yeah, or sometimes the dogs have like that real heavy, thick shit.
Yeah.
And just smack someone with it.
Oh, what you could do with those is what's fun is you take the bag and you actually do tie the end of it, right?
Yep.
And then you get a little scissor and you cut the end of it, and then you could just write things on people's cars with
Oh, that is fun.
Yeah, like a frosting bag.
Right.
Of dog
Yes, like
shit.
you're decorating cake.
Don't do that.
Unless you live in Florida, then it's fine.
Yeah, they didn't say that was illegal in the story.
Correct.
Now, according to the police, this woman denied this until they looked at the dog waste bag, matched those in the defendant's possession, and then she ultimately admitted to the battery. He's like, well, it's just like the bags you have right there.
Yeah.
And then she's like, fuck it. That guy's an asshole.
So wait, there's another dog eating the exact same kibble, and he just slipped and fell into that shit? Is that what you're telling us?
One cop is just like tasting it, and then he's going up and like smelling the dog's ass. He's like, we have a match.
Yeah, this is pure.
we get a field test. So she is being charged with third-degree felony, and she's being held on $2,500 bond.
Well, didn't she actually get out on a $2,500 bond?
Oh, she did.
She
She was
posted.
released. I'm sorry. Forgive me.
Which is
guys.
surprising because they live in a trailer park in Florida.
Well, she had to mortgage it and then some.
Probably.
Her empty collection. She had to give up her empties.
Hey, for the kids out there, I know for a fact that we've gotten people to stop drinking alcohol by just showcasing what has happened to Stuttering John. And also, when we talk about these people living in trailer parks and smearing dog shit on their neighbors, please remember that
Drugs are bad. You shouldn't do drugs.
drugs are bad.
Yeah, don't be that. Carl, on tonight's episode of Subreddit Surfing, we recorded it earlier this morning.
Yes.
With our special guest, Chrissy Mayer.
Correct.
She joined us to discuss a page called Am I the Asshole? Now, we haven't done this in a while, but one of the posts was really interesting. I'd love to get your feedback on this.
Okay.
Am I the asshole for telling a blind lady that she needs to clean up after her dog's shit? Because her seeing eye dog was like walking and shitting all across the front of these people's houses.
No.
And the blind lady apparently didn't realize it was happening or whatever. But
Why is it anyone else's problem?
yeah.
So no, you're not the asshole. If someone makes their problem your problem and you mention it, you are not the asshole. I don't care how blind she
Wow,
is.
what a good rule of thumb.
Right?
If somebody makes a problem for you, they're the asshole.
Correct. And you should point it out to them. What
Loudly.
did you guys conclude on that one?
Not an asshole.
Yeah, okay.
Not an asshole.
So we all decided we don't like blind people over here. Okay, good.
Yeah.
We're all on the same page.
Yep, you heard it, Mike. Clean up after your dog. Now, Carl, we are going to go over to California. Actually, I'm sorry, Oregon, I believe. Seattle. Now, a shocking video shows a naked man.
Have you seen this video?
Oh, I have the video ready to go.
Okay, cool. Yeah, we played it on Who Are These Broadcasters?
You did?
We did.
Oh, I didn't know that. I don't
Yeah,
watch
it's all
that
right.
show.
It's great.
Just kidding. I loved Eric, Zane, and Christian. So this is inside of a JCPenney's, and there's a naked man walking around being followed.
The craziest thing about this video, I had no idea JCPenney still existed.
It was a pleasant surprise.
Yeah.
If you ever need like a $4 t-shirt,
Sometimes
if you need
I
a
do.
$4 Arizona t-shirt,
This is the best part of the guy's like trying on pants. He's like, no, I'm just going to grab some pants.
these should do.
So this man is naked with just socks on.
Okay, now I'm not going to show the fighting just because YouTube doesn't like that.
Yeah, apparently, what happened was he was touching some little girls. He was in like the kids' clothing area, buck naked with his boner out, touching little kids. And so the parents did not like that. ran him down, and then beat the shit out of him. The part that we're not playing for you right now, because it's very hard to fight a naked man and not be gay. You know what I mean? But there's a lot of things that can happen that all of a sudden you're gay. Yeah, so you got to be really careful. So they're trying to gingerly like grab him and hold him down, but once they finally do grab him in a not gay manner, this guy comes in, he's smashing him.
He's doing double axe handle pumps.
Yes, he's smashing the shit out of him. And you even hear the woman who's filming be like, okay, that's enough. We get it. He got the message.
You're absolutely right. I mean, if I was this guy, I'd just be like, everybody stand back. I'd just be waving my dick at him.
Oh, I just start
I'd
peeing.
go on the offensive.
Yeah.
I'd start shaking my dick at him until, like, what's his name? Pontius said the Jackass movies. I'd chase these motherfuckers away
Correct.
from me.
Yes, you have the upper hand. When your dick is out, believe it or not, you have the upper hand. Unless one of the guys following you is a gay guy, then not so much.
Yeah.
That would be bad.
Well, either way.
I don't even know if this guy was touching kids. Like, they just keep saying, allegedly he was touching children. I think they just saw a naked guy and wanted to beat the shit out of him, which I'm also fine with.
Yeah, I mean, generally, if the naked guy's walking on JCPenney's, there's a problem.
There's probably a problem.
Yeah.
And actually, I should probably tell that guy that
drugs are bad. You shouldn't do drugs.
Not a lot of sober people do that. Just
Yeah.
a FYI.
I'm trying to think back if I've ever visited JCPenney's. Nope, never once.
I
Not
thought
me.
you were going to say if you've ever been naked in a department store.
Yeah. Well, Sears the ones.
Sure.
Everybody walks around naked in Sears. I was behind a washing machine.
Sure.
How's that for a hack joke? Oh, by the way, Cardiff and I were talking about your stand-up consequence this morning. And we've been trying to decide what kind of set we're going to write for you.
Wait a minute. What do you mean we? Why are you getting involved in this, Vinny?
Because he asked me for like where to start. And I said, I think a really good place to start with is, I know what you all are thinking. I look like. I think that'd be a good opening line
that's
for your set.
Probably a good way to start. Yes. I know what you're thinking. I look like that ugly guy on the internet. Guess what?
And then we were thinking of just writing like the corniest 90s jokes for you.
Sweet.
Just,
can I have a catchphrase?
We were talking about that.
Hot dog.
Holy shit.
Did you guys bring that up?
Yeah, we said hamburgers taken. And I was thinking maybe like filet of fish.
Okay,
Something
that's
like
not
that.
bad.
Hot dogs, pretty good though. All right, so let's go back to Florida.
Carl Tacos Hamburger, one night only.
All right, folks, let's go to Florida again with my favorite story of the week.
Orlando.
Everybody loves Orlando. And a Florida man killed his wife there after she was dismissive of his plans to participate in a house-flipping reality TV show that he believed would save them from the money pit their home had become.
She should have met him halfway on that one, I think.
David Trones, he's 55, began this week in Orlando with opening statements from prosecutors. Defense attorneys chose to defer their statement until later in the trial. He pled not guilty to this, to the first-degree murder of the 2018 death of his wife, who was 39 at the time. Her name was Shantae Cooper Trones, who he'd been married to for about a year. Now, he originally told the investigators when they were investigating his wife's death that she had passed out and fallen in the bathtub.
Okay, yeah, that happens. That's how a lot of people die.
Yeah. 1 week after she walked out of a meeting with a contractor who worked for the reality show Zombie House Flipping, a lifeline that Trones was counting on to save their home. Now,
I have to say, Vinny, in this guy's defense, I can relate to him because honestly, I'm 100% banking on getting on Wheel of Fortune in order to continue to pay my bills. So, I get it. It's a good way to live.
Yeah, it's not the best strategy, but when it's all you have.
Yeah.
And like it's within grasp and you have it worked out. Either way, when the first responders started questioning his account of the story, Smith said that they immediately saw that Cooper Trones had been the victim of a violent attack and had multiple injuries, including a huge wound on her face and bruising around her neck. A medical examiner determined she had died from blunt force trauma to her head and strangulation, not simply falling in the showers. She had an 8-year-old son from her prior marriage, which she was the sole breadwinner of, because this fucking guy is obviously a piece of shit because he's hoping on fucking Wheel of Fortune winnings.
Yes.
Like you said. So they purchased this house. They called it a real meat of the renovation, or ultimately destruction of the home took place. So they started tearing this house apart.
A $600,000 house that she bought with cash, it says.
4,000 square foot house with a pool and garage.
It's a big house in a nice area in Orlando, beautiful suburb.
And he refused to add Coopertron's name to the deed.
Right, because he's a deadbeat and a loser.
This house became more than just a project for David. It was his life. The people who led the investigation said Trones was obsessed with the renovation, but Cooper Trones was financing it. They said that she sunk nearly $250,000 of her own money into the project.
On top of the $600,000 that she spent to buy the house. So this guy's like, all right, let's get this house. It's really nice. Okay, now I want to gut it.
Yeah.
So he literally tore the whole inside apart.
So David believed that if the house were on zombie house flipping, its value would increase by tens of thousands of dollars. He added that this idea came with a catch, the couple's full participation, because Cooper Trones was not in on it. According to prosecutors, her husband killed her.
Hold on a second. He thought that it would increase in value by tens of thousands of dollars. You've sunk $250,000 into this home already. It better increase by tens of thousands of dollars at least, idiots.
What did he fucking buy? Gold statues of him inside of the house?
That's
Like, what
not
could you possibly buy?
They said that it's just like down to the studs in every room. And it's like, well, what are we spending all the money on? Sledgehammers?
Do you think that maybe he just had shitty contractors that took him to the cleaners? Because that could be too.
Very possible.
So they took away all the interior dividing walls, and basically what was left of the two-story shell. The people from house flipping said he was living a lie. Authorities said he also was misrepresenting his finances and lifestyles in police interviews.
Wait a second. So wait, this is a guy who claims to be wealthy but actually has no money at all? Do we know anyone like that?
I don't.
I don't either. That doesn't ring a bell to me. They really got to out the guy in this article. This poor guy.
Oh, they do more than out him. They do a little more than out him.
He's trying to show off to his buddies.
Yeah. They said he lied about being a multimillionaire. He always claimed he had millions, but Shanty bought everything.
He claimed to have millions to his friends at the pub.
Yeah, and his friends at the gay spa, which he frequented.
Oh, I know. Why do they got to bring that up?
Okay, listen
Poor
to this
guy.
shit. Before
Trying to
and
have a good
throughout their
time.
marriages, they said that he frequented a gay spa, including the days after his March 2017 wedding and less than 2 weeks before his wife was killed. The couple met online in Minnesota and eventually moved to Florida. This is a crazy story. Trones was initially found incompetent to stand trial due to ongoing manifestations of the diagnosis of schizophrenia. So he's been like under evaluation since 2018. And then they ruled in 2022 that he was competent to stand trial, and the trial is moving forward now. So I just have to say, this guy, when I heard this, all I kept thinking about was the dad on South Park who's like, I'm going to slap your face if you don't fix my house.
Slap you.
I'm going to slap your face to death and tell you fell in the shower.
Slapping dad.
Dude. And also, pal, you don't have to have a corpse to be on the zombie TV show. That's not what it means. You don't need to make a zombie.
He's taking it a little too literally there. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I say. Now, Carl, you ready for our final story today?
Yes, I am, Vinny. I bet it's going to be an uplifting, fun story.
Sure is. We're
It's gonna
going
make us
to
feel better about
we're going to
ourselves.
one of our favorite places.
I'm going back to Houston.
A Houston area pastor is accused of raping and impregnating one of his underage family members, is now in custody and appeared in court on Monday.
Why, is that illegal?
Very much so,
Oh.
yes, even in Texas.
Okay.
Robert L. Carter last week was under arrest. It was an arrest warrant was issued for the 39-year-old. He has since been charged with sexual assault of a child between the ages of 14 and 17. And
Who's that old guy over there? Uncle Paul, with the creepy old guy stare.
Hey, is the cleaning lady trying to take a wall down in here? What the fuck is going on out there?
Is there loud noise?
I heard a lot of banging just now.
I don't know the fuck they're doing. Now,
are you going to apologize to her when we get out of here?
We'll see.
We'll see.
Long story short, he started raping the 7-year-old girl in 2008, and the court document showed the assault continued through the child's late teens. It started.
Oh, so they were in a relationship. Then.
No, Carl, he was
long-term relationship,
mentally and physically and sexually abusing this child. He would go into a room and make her perform sex acts on her on a nightly basis.
Thank you.
And they also added that he would take her to multiple locations, including their home when everyone was asleep, Carter's grandmother's home, and behind an H-E-B grocery store in the parking lot.
Sexy.
Before taking her to school.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a good way to start the day.
No.
Right there.
No.
It's not?
The documents also say Carter would bring the victim to Greater Bible Way Church in Sunnyside, where he had an office that he also used to rape her.
Oh.
When the girl turned 16, the warrant said she had Carter's baby, and he allegedly dropped the baby off at a fire station.
You know, I will say I don't agree with molesting children. I think it's a bad thing to rape members of your family, especially underage. But those prepubescent girls do not get pregnant. You have to give it to them.
Eb Nye says a lot of these stories need a Sean Connery. Jesus Christ.
Okay, yeah, we can grab that for the board.
Yeah, we need that one. The victim's now in her 20s, is reportedly working to get the child back into her custody. So she's trying to get this kid that they gave to the fire station back.
Interesting. So, hey, guess what? I'm your real mom. Oh my gosh, you're my real mom. Yeah, and guess who your dad is? My uncle. Oh, that's not good. I didn't want to know about that, Mom.
The Carter family.
Yeah, I don't want to be an incest baby, Mom. Can you go away now?
Carter is listed on the Black Preachers Network as a bishop and senior pastor. So he's got that going for him.
Sure.
And a grandbaby son, child, nephew.
But that is impressive, though, that he continued to sleep with this, girlfriend of his for all of those years, even as she got too old. Like sometimes a girl turns 16, 17, you're just like, ugh. It's just, yeah.
At that point, he's just going through the motions.
Yeah, he's probably not even into it anymore.
Yeah. It's more for her sake than his. Jesus Christ. I hope this man fries. I hope he has a great time in prison. Scumbag. All right, guys. That was a fun show, huh?
It sure was, Vinny. If you're asking me, the answer is yes.
If you're asking me, I'm agreeing. Thanks
times.
for tuning in. We're going to be back with the bonus episode on Friday.
We got a couple of super chats that came in since
we definitely got to hit those.
It says, Uncle Sammy Poo, $5. What kind of food is Blind Mike allergic to? Seafood. Boom. Also, no more driving consequences, please.
No problem.
Wait, what are driving consequences?
Making you drive anywhere because you don't do it.
Oh, okay. Yes, that's correct. That is a dumb consequence.
You're a dumb co-host. Two-Faced Lion Bastard, thanks for the $1.99. Okay, let me start the joke. I know what you're all thinking. I look like a Down syndrome Dilbert.
There was another one in there that said, I know what you're all thinking. I look like a walrus wearing flannel. That's a pretty good one, too.
That's pretty good. You might have to open with that.
Yeah, that's not bad.
That might be your opening line.
Maybe I'll write my own terrible stand-up routine.
Maybe. We'll have to approve it. We'll have to see how it fits the flow of what we prepare for you.
You gotta love Vinnie Carlino.
Yeah.
Boom.
Disgusting,
laughing our asses off.
vomit-inducing thing.
Why are you doing this, Carl? Why are you just hitting all these drops?
We laughed our asses off. Do up.
You fucking stop it.
You think you can get away with that? Is this guy having a freaking moron or what? You're out of your fucking mind.
Is John the stupidest guy in the world?
I don't appreciate this.
You,
what you're doing.
My friend, have committed a crime.
You're a real dick.
I don't lie. I don't like to lie.
Thank you. Goodbye. It's nice to be important.
It's more important to be nice. Vote for Carl. TheCreepoff.com.
Yeah. See you on Friday for the bonus episode.
WATP. WATP. That's me laughing at you. Fucking. This is stupid. What a dick.
This is very disrespectful.
Let's see that dick.